So tonight, we're going to do this video on exactly why people are choosing to stay single in modern times. Because it seems like most people, when they're young, they test things out. They get in this relationship, they date this girl, they might date a rebound girl after that, and whatever the case may be, it could happen about 3 or 4 times until people begin to realize these patterns and that this just don't work. And everything you were told about love is a lie. So I think people are staying single today more than ever is because of trust issues. I think men are at an all-time high with trust issues. I think women have a lot of trust issues. I think women today are shooting so far up, so high up, it's not even realistic. And there's good things out there for women. And it's like those good things that's out there for women, when they should take up on that, it's like oftentimes they don't. So this causes a lot of problems. Those people they could have took up on, the best guys they could have took up on, are going to keep going on in life. They're going to keep getting better. And as time goes on and these women don't settle, the tables turn. So it's all these patterns that's going on in the world today, and women really don't understand, bro, how serious it is. When they do certain things that crosses the line, they don't understand, bro. Like, they don't. They really think they can do certain things and get away with it, and it's just not the truth. That comes at a cost. It's the equivalent of a man who is not doing what it takes to become better, to level up. It's the equivalent. You're ruining your own value by your own actions and your own choices. So I think we're just in a slugfest today with genders. I think there's the odd time where something comes around and it could work, but it's like it has to work right then and there or else it ain't gonna work. Bro, I'm telling you this, how fast things can change. I was in a talking stage with a girl at the very start of this year, literally the very beginning of the year. It lasted a little bit of time. And then it fell through. And listen to this. It's the beginning of June. We're halfway through the year. This same female, who is now 21, no longer qualifies for me. That's how fast those things can happen. And I mean never, ever will she qualify for me again. Ever. Why is this? Because I know certain things that has happened. That's why. That's what I'm saying, bro. Women are not careful enough today. They're taking everything too far. And they think it's going to be all right, and it's not. I've given things a shot. I've given real love a shot a lot of times. And it's like, it's the same thing that happens over and over again. And the last 100 times that I gave it a shot, I was obviously extremely cautious. I didn't receive any damage, but I was going towards it. I was wanting it to happen with certain girls I was in talking stages with. We could have done it right, but unfortunately, things fall through whenever they make bad decisions. And they don't understand that those bad decisions last a lifetime for themselves. So I don't know how many more shots I have inside of myself before I legitimately turn cold for the rest of my life. I don't know how many more times, because bro, it takes a certain type of female and a certain caliber of female for me to even want to try. And when I continue to try with these particular types of females and it falls through, I don't know how many of those I have left in me. I don't know. I don't know if I have one more, 2, 3, 5, but I do know one thing. I don't have many left. And I just don't want to get to that point where I turn kind of cold. Not kind of, actually, extremely cold. And have my way for the rest of my life doing whatever I want to do, going crazy, bruh. Going crazy. I'm telling you full well. There's only so much someone can take. I've taken a lot over the years. I've taken a lot of BS. I've invested lots of my time into certain people. And there comes that boiling point. I think I can take so much more than the majority of people. I think if a lot of people received half of what I've received and half the discouragements I've received, they'd already be that. I don't want this to happen. I don't. And I don't know when I'm going to get to that point that happens. I pray to God it does not happen, because I don't want to do what I could do. I don't want to do it. And it's not necessarily that I'm just going to be the biggest player of all time and destroy lives. It's just I'll be so closed off to true love, and I will, not lead people astray and lie to people, but just do what I do and let them know how it is. So I don't want those things to happen. I don't want to live that life. But there's only so much one can take, and it's like, sure, there's females out there right now, if you wanted to commit to, they would happily do it, but these be the ones, bro, that you're already saying no to. These be the ones that you already know they've been through stuff that's just, it turns you off as a man. There's certain, and I don't understand how women cannot see this, bro. I don't understand how they can't, because it's like, there's certain things that men do that turn them off completely. There's certain things they do that turn us off completely. There's nothing we can do about it. We are all hardwired a certain way. So I don't see how they can't see it from our perspective. Like, it's that bad, bro. Like, I couldn't even try to get myself to commit to certain types. It just wouldn't happen. I couldn't feel how I'm supposed to feel towards her. It's impossible. So how could you live with that? How could you even see that person and smile at them and light up like you should? You simply could not. Because of what they've been through, there's a piece of them that's gone that you deserved as a man to have, and it's gone. It's gone. Inside of them, bro, it's gone. And I don't even know if some females understand that about themselves. I really don't. Because some of the ways they talk and act, bro, it's like they have no clue how bad it is. And not every man can see this stuff, because some men, bro, can't get nothing. And like, if they could get some 304, they probably would. But any man of value, any man that has worth, any man that has worked extremely hard to create something of himself, come on. There's a very small category of women I would ever take seriously. Very small. Just like for women, there's a very small category of men they would take seriously. It's the same thing. Cry about it. It is what it is. So, it's not that there's things there. There's things there at this current moment. Things are in motion right now, honestly, for even myself. I just don't know for sure what's going to happen. I just don't know for sure if things are going to work out, because there were so many times it didn't. I could never, the amount of stuff I've been through, bro, I could never possibly just think it's going to happen. You never know. You could be a month in, 3 months in, half a year in, a year in, and it could fall through very quick. You never know what they're going to do, bro. But I'll tell you one thing, as a man, you have to take a risk. That's the hardest part. You have to risk your time. You have to risk your brain cells. You have to risk your sanity. You have to risk so much to make something happen, and it's like the frustrations of it not working out is just unbearable. And that's what I'm talking about, bro. I don't know how many more I have left in me, because it's always like they just do something, bro. They just do something. They do something to ruin it, and it's like automatically you can never look at them the same. You don't have that trust in them. You don't have that faith in them. You don't. It's gone. What you felt towards them is now gone, and it ain't coming back. It ain't coming back. Because once you see certain things, bro, oh boy, there's no one seeing it. Once you hear about certain things, there's no one hearing it. Like, it is what it is. Women are sneaky, bro. Women are very sneaky, and they're living about 29 lives, it seems, most of them. You never know what they're doing, bro. You never know what they're doing. You never know. And I've just seen enough. I've seen enough over the years, and in this world we're living in today, it's extremely, extremely, extremely difficult to get what you want, even as a high value man or a high value woman, to happen. It's extremely difficult. Extremely. Women want certain types of men. Men want certain types of women. And there's just not that many overall. But there's lots of the others. There's lots of others who really ain't that on point, and they don't even want each other. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's like, let's say if you're a man of value and you're dealing with a female of value, it's almost like you just have to get lucky one time, and y'all both make that decision to actually commit, and nothing snake-like happens in between. You got to get lucky like that once, and it can happen. It's just, it almost seems like, let's say as a man of value, whenever you get a hold of that female that has value in your eyes, oftentimes they do something to ruin what you had. And it's not even about physical. It's not even about cheating necessarily all the time or getting with somebody else. It's how they act. I've cut women off long before they probably done anything that was that crazy, because I could feel and I could see the lead up and how things were going. And I ain't sticking around for that, bro. I'm not. If you really wanted me, you would fight tooth and nail for it, not the opposite. Not be acting nonchalant about it and just be in that way, because that's not how you get a good man. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's not. You go all in, like, and you preserve yourself. There's certain things you do not do, because it's disrespectful to that man of value that you're dealing with. Disrespectful. And he's just going to look at you as a red flag. He's going to look at you as a woman that is not worthy of being trusted. He's going to look at you as a woman of not being worthy of committing to. And that is your fault if you do those things, ladies. I'm telling you full well right now. That is your own fault. In the Bible, it tells you flat out not to do those things, and you did those things. So it's just completely ridiculous. You can be as perfect as anything and they'll still mess it up. Like it's insane. It's almost like they have to make a mess of everything before they try to get things right. And by that time, they're just so much more unattractive and there's no spark. You don't feel that special vibe towards that female. It's gone. You could care less. You don't see her as much worthy. And guess what? It might be a harsh reality, but it is what it is. Us men cannot help it. Just like ladies can't help it how you feel about certain men and others. We all cannot help it. It is what it is. So what do you do in this world? What do you do in this life? The only life you have that is guaranteed. Be a little bit smarter, for sakes. But no. Make a fool of ourselves. Do all this stupid stuff. See what we can do to just self-sabotage something that could have been so brilliant. And look what you did. Look what you go and do. Now we can never look at you the same ever again. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's done. This is some serious stuff. And women don't understand it enough. I know for a fact they don't, because if they understood it, I guarantee you, bro, they'd behave a lot different. They wouldn't do the things they do. If they could see the future, they would not do a lot of the things they have done. I promise you that. They lack fear today in not the greatest ways. Lots of women claiming to be Christian. Lots of women today claiming to be a woman of God. But your actions say otherwise. I'm telling you, bro, they can act as loyal as anything to your face, over text, anything else. Act like things are going to be so amazing and go so great. And then all of a sudden, the weird, strange behaviors come. And you can just feel it as a man in the pit of your stomach. It starts to make you ill. It starts to make you sick to your stomach. It causes even a little bit of anxiety. Nothing too crazy, but a little bit of anxiety. You start to feel anxious. You start to feel almost sick. And it's a terrible feeling. Especially when you were starting to invest into this female and you saw the light at the end of the tunnel, but then all of a sudden you get a little closer to the light at the end of the tunnel and it starts to get darker and darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. And now you're just looking around. You can't see any light at all. And that's a wrap. This is how it is, and I don't think women understand it, bro. I don't. This is all knowledge. This is all for your guys' own benefit. This can benefit women. This is going to benefit a lot of you men. So, it's just completely insane, bro. They really don't understand. And I just wish they did, because they'd go about things differently. They're too wild today, bro. They're too wild, and it's just so hard to tame them. Their value, bro, strictly comes off of their beauty and their innocence. And beauty without innocence is useless. Useless. And so it's an innocence without beauty, because you got to be attracted to them as well. It's like both have to be there, and it's like, if they're that beautiful and stunning, bro, it's so hard to tame those types, because they just have so many options right there. And most of the time, the options aren't even close to yourself as a man of value. It's just that there's so many, there's so much attention, so many things out there to make her feel a certain way, and the way things are today, it's just like one man ain't good enough for any of these types of females. Like, regardless of who you are, they want that other stuff more than they want just you. And that's when they have to learn a tough lesson as they go and take that route, and they end up with a man that was not even close to yourself. Whose fault is that? Obviously theirs, but they don't want to take accountability for that anyways. But it is what it is. This is all just the truth. This is all perspective as well. It doesn't get realer. It doesn't get rawer than this. It is what it is. All we can do is pray to Jesus Christ with a cross up in our room every day, and just pray something pulls through. Because if it don't, I don't even want to know what's going to happen, but I don't even want to know.